Police arrested a 60-year-old man for allegedly raping a 16-year-old mentally challenged girl. 2 minors raped by senior citizens in as many days. Sashikala's relative Ravanan gets in further trouble as a case of criminal intimidation and cheating filed against him one day after his arrest.
The city police very clearly said that they have booked Ravanan under 3 sections of the Indian Penal Code.
Tamil Nadu Congress Committee chief says he can't understand AIADMK's reluctance in the Kudankulam issue. Public joins hands with the police as they nab the kidnapper of the 4-year-old girl who was kidnapped in Jejanagar yesterday. And young minds verbally battle it out in Landmark to find a solution to the problem of corruption.
The knife of corruption has endangered our lives. The scalpel of the law is making us well again.
A 16-year-old mentally challenged girl raped. Lone housewife at home gets killed. People get hacked to death in broad daylight. Yes, this is still crimes in Chennai we are talking about. We will get you all the latest updates in the next half an hour, but first a look at the national headlines. A new low in Indian cricket. India lose a test series against Australia. They have now lost 8 consecutive test matches overseas. As baby Falak fights to survive in hospital after being battered, bitten and abandoned, the police may be close to nabbing the key suspect. For the first time, the Election Commission chief says time has come for considering Anna Hazare's proposal on the right to reject candidates. Imam Bukhari's endorsement of Mulayam Singh Yadav creates fissures within the Samajwadi Party. Senior party leader Azam Khan objects, raising questions about the Imam's political loyalties. It's a crime-packed Saturday in Chennai. Let's get a heads up on all that's been happening in the city in our special segment, FIR. In our top story of the evening, in Vyasarpadi, police has reportedly arrested a man who allegedly took a 16-year-old mentally challenged girl to an isolated place and raped her. What is more shocking is that the accused is 60 years old. The police have arrested him and remanded at Pural prison. Incidentally, this is the 3rd case of a senior citizen misbehaving with a teenage girl that has come to light in this week. On Thursday, police had arrested 2 senior citizens for raping a teenager and misbehaving with a 6-year-old girl at Vyasarpadi and Chittalapakam. Troubles get murkier for Ravanan as today the police filed a case of criminal intimidation and cheating against him. Ravanan is a relative of Jayalalitha's estranged aide Sashikala, who was expelled from the AIADMK, and Ravanan was arrested yesterday in Coimbatore for charges including abduction and extortion. The case is based on the complaint by property developer R. Krishnamurthy, and it alleges that Ravanan refused to return rupees 1 crore he had received for getting sand quarry license for Krishnamurthy. Police sources also said that Ravanan had threatened the petitioner with dire consequences.
According to the sources from the ADMK, Ravanan was acting as the party strongman before he was expelled with several others by party supremo Jayalalitha. In fact, the city police very clearly said that they have booked Ravanan under 3 sections of the Indian Penal Code. 1. Section 420, cheating. Section 406, criminal breach of trust. Section 506, Part 1, criminal intimidation. They have acted on a complaint filed by a businessman based in Tirupur. In fact, the Chennai police very clearly say that they will move the court to arrest Ravanan once again, because Ravanan is already in prison in connection with a separate criminal case as far as the Coimbatore rural police are concerned. He is already in prison, and hence the Chennai police say they will move the magistrate to arrest Ravanan and also take Ravanan under their custody for a detailed probe.
Now, the murder case in Pallikarnai saw a latest development today as the 3 accused in the case were arrested by the police. Yesterday, a 36-year-old man called Kannan was murdered in a construction site in Pallikarnai. His head was crushed with a grinding stone and there were marks of strangulation. Police say previous enmity is the cause of the crime. The crime rate in Chennai may be on the rise, but with some cooperation from the public, the scenario can definitely change for the better. An example of this are the residents of Jejanagar, who today nabbed a 35-year-old man who was seen dropping off a 4-year-old girl at her house who was kidnapped yesterday. The police said that the girl who went to buy a pencil near her house was reported missing after that. The man has been identified as Manikandan and has been handed over to the police.
ஆனால் ரெட்டடிக்கு குழந்தை யாரோ தூக்கிட்டு போனாங்கன்னு ஒரு ஆட்டோக்காரங்க சொன்னாங்க. அந்த இடம் ஃபுல்லாகவே போய் தேடினாங்க சார். ஆனால் குழந்தை கிடைக்கவே இல்லை. அதுக்கப்புறம் நைட்டு ஃபுல்லாகவே அவங்க போலீஸ் ரவுண்ட்ஸ்லேயே ஃபுல்லாக இருந்தாங்க. காலையில் பார்த்தா எங்கே குழந்தை காண போச்சோ அதே இடத்துல கொண்டு வந்து ஆட்டோவில் இறக்கி விட்டுட்டாங்க சார்.
And in the final crime update of the evening, illegal drugs continue making inroads into the city and destroying lives, as another arrest was made today in the Nungambakam area. Police today seized 2.5 kilos of ganja worth several lakhs from a man called Rajkumar. Rajkumar has been remanded to judicial custody. Moving on, soon after Jayalalitha announced her Republic Day gift to sportspersons by sanctioning a budget of 1.25 crores, she has now piled on more incentives for sportspersons by announcing a slew of welfare measures, including allocation of 55 crores for setting up of stadiums and playgrounds. In a bid to encourage basketball and volleyball, indoor stadiums would be constructed at Trichy, Tiruvannamalai and Tirunelveli. Further, as part of talent spotting, 3,400 sports talents would be identified and they would be given an incentive of ₹6,000 each to enable them develop their skills and win laurels in various international events. Tamil Nadu Congress Committee President B.S. Gyanadesikan today criticized the AIADMK stand on the controversial Kudankulam nuclear power plant. He said that the AIADMK government's sudden volte-face in the Kudankulam nuclear plant project issue after it had initially supported the project was not understandable. Gyanadesikan also said he could not understand why the state government had not arrested many protesters involved in the anti-KNPP agitation despite registering cases against them. Gyanadesikan further added that the government must not forget that 50% of the nuclear energy produced from the 2 reactors at KNPP will be given to Tamil Nadu. Well, it's that time of the year again. People across the country have begun to rack their heads about the upcoming Union Budget 2012. As part of our special segment, Dear Finance Minister, we decided to speak to a few citizens and find out what's on their wish list for Pranab Mukherjee. Today, it's the turn of a young independent politician from Chennai, Sharad Babu.
The whole state, especially the northern Tamil Nadu, is keeping its fingers crossed for the allocation of relief fund by the central government for the Thane hit areas. Sharad Babu Erumalai, a young entrepreneur and politician, places his demands for this cause and presents his long wish list to his dear Finance Minister. Take a look.
Dear Finance Minister, I would be happy if some measures are taken on the agriculture side so that the food inflation is contained and it could help middle class and lower middle class and poor people. And the second wish list would be, last year has seen at least a 5 to 6 hike in petrol prices, and this hit the middle class again very severely. So I wish this time the price is not that much as compared to the previous year. The third one would be some special economic and agriculture package if that could be given for the cyclone Thane hit Kadlur and Pondicherry and Virupuram areas. That will be a real good thing that's happening for the people living in those areas. And also to just extend VAT for the small and middle level hotels. That would be my fourth wish list.
Contain the food inflation. Control the price of petrol. Sharad Babu echoed the sentiments of several crore Indians as a young politician, while his specific request to the Finance Minister was to exempt the middle and small level hotels from heavy taxation. Will his wishes be fulfilled by the budget 2012? Let's wait and watch. With camera person Anand, this is Hariharan for NDTV Hindu.
India drown in their tour down under? What went wrong on the other side of the break?